Welcome to Empress Ebony's Tarot. If you're new here, hello. My name is Ebony. My father named me that. And in this environment, we use tarot primarily as a personal growth tool. I am an intuitive reader while knowing the foundations of tarot and honing my crafted way of interpreting the messages. If you're cool with that, then stick around, grab a drink, something to snack on, something to take notes with, get comfortable, but not too comfortable though. Strong boundaries over here. Tribe. What's going on? Welcome back. Show the newcomers gratitude and compassion. Direct them and give them directions to the areas and whatnot so we can go ahead and get this started. This, as you all see, is an extension. When there's cards laying out, is more than likely an extension from a short. Um, or it's an extension of something. So when we left off, it was speaking more or less on nurturing yourself, repotting seeds that have been planted. I was getting a lot of self-care energy, purging energy with it. Shroom sessions showed up in the reading as well, in the short, but it's really giving me a transition, a death and rebirth transition, because it keeps bringing me to roots and being rooted down, as well as this potion. The title is not expansive because I was literally just trying to say that you are leaning too much into the magic of things. You're leaning in too much on your tools, the things that you use. You could make jewelry. You're leaning in too much on the receiving of the money for the services that you have already rendered. This is more or less, your practice era, your your finalization phase is what I heard from Spirit. So we're gonna get some more messages. I need to know what this tend is about, coming out of the rack. We got Herman at the bottom of the Cozy Witch deck. Yeah, they show finalization period of hermit mode. High Priestess. It's like you've done enough research at this point. You've done enough research and you've done enough for others while putting yourself on the back burner, is what I'm hearing. Spirit, I don't want this to be too long. Let's not let this be no hour-long session. We're really just trying to get the tribe some answers on Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. Having it all looks different to everyone. That's a message within itself. Because I feel like there is a bit of comparison going on. Not watering yourself. You're working so hard to get these things done. Jewelry, potions. I'm hearing affirmations for others. Video content. Moon waters is what I'm getting as well. Curriculum is what I'm getting also. But I'm hearing future, gotta be in a rush. I can't be running out of time. You rushing through everything because you're wanting to be in the limelight right now, is what I'm feeling. You want to be known right now. You want to be a part of the in crowd right now, which is why I feel like this is bringing up shadow work. Why does shadow work need to be done? Why you need to go back and do some self-maintenance, empower yourself, your self-mastery, instead of leaning on your tools, is what the title of the short was. I was pretty much saying what that was. Spirit is letting me feel. Spirit is letting me feel someone who is frantic, rushed, anxiety taking over, trying to finish orders, and just you're gonna give yourself a heart attack. Is what I'm hearing and what I'm feeling. You gonna give yourself a heart attack trying to stay on track with someone else's pace. Thank you, Spirit. But let's get something on 10. They wanted me to look at the bottom of the deck. The world. Yeah, you did it. Now do something to celebrate a job well done. I feel like with that card, you've been hitting several small milestones and you haven't been taking the time to celebrate that. And you haven't been taking the time to celebrate that. I laugh because I'm celebrating myself like small milestones. Like I got 500 posts on Instagram. I've already hit 500 over here on YouTube, and I got a reminder from YouTube that in June that was my 4 year mark of starting the tarot page, this Ebony's Tarot. So I done bought a cake. I got myself some flowers. Like I celebrate small things. I celebrated each of those accomplishments as they happened with a social media post. But this is like you know, my party for myself kind of thing, my celebration, my event for myself. It's a solo dolo event, no invites, just me and spirit, my spirit team, those that helped me to get to this point, you know. So I feel like that's something that you need to do. Don't wait for other people to celebrate you. You celebrate you. Does it feel like you're around a bunch of people that ain't gonna celebrate you till you get to that ultimate goal, till you get to that, that big boss status, that the status to where everybody know you on, is what I'm hearing. Like, and I'm not gonna say that may never come, but some of you have that doubt in yourself, like it won't ever come. Some of you have that self-doubt, self-loathing, that self-sabotage energy that you need to purge out, root down, and figure out why it is that phrase keeps coming up for you, like why you're so impatient as well. Yeah, do some maintenance on yourself. It's time for you to take a bout of shadow work. Um, I'm hearing somebody say, "I'm tired of doing shadow work." Like, I mean, I don't know what to say to that because you know I don't find it easy, nor do I find it joyful to dibble and dabble in shadow work as much as I do. But I know me. I know me. I know the trauma that I've been through. I know where I strive to be, who I am embodying, becoming. So I know that I need to, tend. I need to tend to those things that could have me triggered at the worst time. Like I'm really feeling inner child energy, shadow energy, ego energy in this, where it's like as long as I do the work, it's gonna reflect my abundance. But the work that you're doing is the physical work, is the work on the masculine end, the do versus the attract inspiration, and cultivate that inspiration before you put your masculine energy to work. You get what I'm saying? Like all these potions and things that you're making, like you in the jewelry that you're making, you're relying too much on, one, that income, and two, like it's giving me like shady car salesman energy right now. Uh, so spirit, your spirit team is truly calling you on a spiritual adventure. Like you're no longer the hermit that is sitting in research, but you're now, I'm hearing right now in this current energy that I'm getting and feeling, is you're more in the page of pentacles and page of wands energy, where you have the foresight to see what's coming. You can see how you can flip what it is that you're doing to gain more money. You can see how you can use your passions to get more works done. You get what I'm saying? Like you're very intelligent. You have if this is just, if everything that I said in regards to the potions, curriculum, jewelry, all of that kind of stuff, like you have the innovative energy to be able to make things on a whim and then put them out. But Spirit is posing the question of what will happen if you sit down and get it all together. Like, what if you sat down and pretty much made your business plan? Because it feels like somebody that's just got side hustles going and there's no business plan made. And as well, the person feels like a business plan would not be necessary. I thought that at one point too, but the business plan will pretty much set up your phases. Phase one, we're gonna do this until we get, either a certain amount of money, or there's a certain deadline, a certain goal to be met in phase one. Then you move on to phase two. Then you move on to phase three, so on and so forth. And then you also think about the how to dissolve the business in the event of you passing, or in the event that you just don't want to be hands on with the business on a day-to-day basis anymore. You get what I'm saying? The business plan helps you get put your timeline together, basically. Not necessarily saying that you got to hold yourself to specific deadlines, but it gives you the blueprint. Thank you, Spirit. It gives you the blueprint on what you on mapping the vision out, basically. You know what I'm saying? And Spirit is trying to take you on an adventure, a side mission, because it feels like you've already, won the game. You're replaying it. You're replaying the game to try to do it better, is what I'm hearing. And what I'm seeing is like someone who has, like, you've already beaten a game. Like, I don't know, it's bringing me like God of War. But I guess that's because I know somebody that's playing that game right now and they've already finished it. So this person that I'm thinking of and what I'm envisioning with the gameplay is like you've already won all the battles and done everything. But when you originally played the game, you didn't seek out any of the side missions. You didn't do any of the quests that didn't have anything to do with the level. So it's like you could have went in one door, but you realized it wasn't necessary for you to pass that level, so you just did what you needed to do to pass the level. So this feels like somebody just getting tasks done to check them off of their to-do list, but not truly exploring what it is and what they could, not expanding the task to learn something more about themselves. And also, I feel like create better outcomes for the phases that follow. Thank you, Spirit. Seven of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck right now. Nurture what you have and see how it grows. Yeah, you're not putting no nurturing energy in it. You're not putting no maintenance energy into it. It's just like, shit, we got to get it done. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. And it's giving me the image of somebody harvesting something out of their gardens, and then it did like a when shit fast forward, and how it used to fast forward when we had play, rewind, fast forward. Like, it's giving me that fast forward energy to where you were in that same area again, harvesting something else, and realized that you missed something that you yourself didn't plant, but it was valuable, it was worthy. But because you didn't take your time to immerse in the harvest when you were there at first, you missed this gem, basically, that has spoiled. You missed this thing that could have nourished you and giving you more inspiration to plant other seeds, because you were unaware that a specific thing could grow there. This specific thing could grow there. So when you go back in the second time to get to finish your task again, because you're just trying to finish your task, you're just trying to get the harvest done, you're just trying to get, you're just trying to pull up what it is that's on the list. So when you go back and see that this one rotted, this thing rotted that you didn't plant, but you also wanting aware that it could grow alongside of the specific thing, you weren't able to utilize the actual fruit because it's spoiled, or the actual plant, the herb, because it's spoiled, because you didn't, slow down to notice it the first time. And with that said, spirit is like, so yeah, so give yourself compassion. Don't beat yourself up every time these kind of things happens, because I feel like you do this kind of, you overlook things a lot. So don't beat yourself down when you overlook things. Just realize that even something that you overlooked, and you find the spoiled result of you overlooking something, you know now what you're capable of, basically, or what's capable for that area, that patch of land. Let's get something on 10 now, spirit. 10. Ooh, that was a big channel. That was a big channel, spirit. Yeah. Be proud of yourself. 8 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, and 3 of Wands. All of these came out in reverse in regards to 10. And 10, the key words for 10 is maintenance, encouragement, and guidance. So with this 3 of Wands, I feel like you're not taking heed to the guidance of your spiritual team, and you continue to ask them questions, and you continue to work your magic in order to bring your ships in faster, in order to bring, your um, reward in faster. It says put yourself out there and you'll be rewarded one way or another. Yeah. So it's like you're hell bent on it being one way and overlooking another. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you get it, you get it. And then with the 3 of Pentacles, you're also not receiving encouragement from those that actually want to share a table with you, or who you already share a table with. You get what I'm saying? Like, you have people that truly support you, and you're in a headspace where you feel as if you're not able to celebrate. With this 3 of Pentacles, I mean, with this 3 of Cups, excuse me, I don't know why I said 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, because collaboration needs to happen. Collaboration needs to happen. Like, it's like building a team. I'm feeling like a person that needs to build a team. Like, you're to the point where you are able to celebrate things, have meetings with people. You have people that have told you that, whatever you need, just let me know, kind of energy. But you're not receiving that guidance. You're not receiving that offer. You're not receiving that help from them. For some reason, it feels like someone who wants to do things solo. I have no issue with that, because depending on your situation, you may just need to move solo. But I'm not feeling an energy of these 2 people that are with you, wanting to help you. 2 or 3 people that are willing to help you, that they want anything in return. They just see, they see you. They truly see you, and they understand that you're gonna keep going for it. Like, I'm hearing you got gusto. I don't know what that means. Gusto. Um yeah, they see the glory around you, and they don't want to take from you. They want to help you. There are people like that out in the world. Like, I struggle with that as well, so I totally get it why this is in reverse, because I read for people that I read for that it would resonate with me. Like, you're working really, really hard, and this came out in reverse. Because it's like your work is getting you nowhere fast, and that is going to deplete you. That is going to deplete you. That is going to deplete you. There is a true need, I feel, for. I feel like there's a true need for you to lean on those people. Like, put the work on the back burner. You get me, babe? Put the work on the back burner. Go out, have coffee with your friends, have tea with your friends, have a little lunch date, breakfast date, however you do it, dinner date with your friends. And on that day, be spirit led. If you understand me, you get what I'm saying. Like, be spirit led. Like, let your intuition and your spiritual team lead the way that day. It doesn't have to be a specific restaurant. Be adventurous. Spirit said, try something new anyway. So be spontaneous with everything you do, other than the people that you choose to share this experience and this adventure with. If a person is not down, like, call the people that gonna be down for this type of adventure. Step away from your work for a while. Give yourself a little bit of downtime. Put the maintenance sign up on your fucking website, or whatever the case may be. Closed for maintenance purposes. Like them apps that like spirit. Everything has a time period where it closes, shuts down early, removes access to its users in order to perform the necessary maintenance for everything to continue to work at its highest potential. Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Slow but surely, you're going places. Yeah, slow down. I said that. Slow down. Four of Pentacles. Treat yourself to something shiny every now and again. Yeah, celebrate. Like, celebrate. Treat yourself to a celebration for all the work that you have already accomplished, all the things that you have already accomplished, and everything that you will accomplish going forward. Have you a time of celebration. Like, have you a time of celebration, but then we got to move on to this watering. We got to move on to this asking for help, sharing your burdens, purging the energy, along with the shadow work, roots, healthy patterns, early growth. You get what I'm saying? Like, you have to water the seed for it to grow. You got to water the seed for it to grow. Like, you've planted a seed, definitely. You've planted a seed with this shit. It's already rooted. It's already rooted. You've been slacking on your watering of it sometimes, but it's time to repot it. Yeah, like Spirit said in the short. Yeah, it's time to repot it. Like, your seed has grown so much. So, like, it's still in the early stages of growth, but it's not here. It's not in this stage anymore. It's I would say even bigger than these two, to the point where it's time for you to repot it. The roots need air to breathe, is what I'm hearing. Thank you, Spirit. The roots need air to breathe. Like, they're being constricted. Like, they need some space. Take up some space. You should take up some space. You get what I'm saying? Let's get something on watering can, Spirit. Why is watering can here? Spirit, can we keep it to one card, please? Please, pretty please. I don't want to make this too long. Watering can, watering can. Why is watering can out here for the Spirit? I mean, for the soul tribe, for the tribe. Hermit in the Six of Cups. Hermit. There are some things that must be done on your own. There are some things that must be done on your own. Six of Cups. Give yourself compassion. You were never Give yourself the compassion you were never given. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Give yourself compassion. I was saying it in the short. Like, so this feels like reflecting back. It drew me to that Ten of Cups and how she's sitting there. Like, in most of the cards, the girls look like they're in search of something. All of the workers look as if it's like melancholy, melancholy and mundane energy. Like, I'm doing this to get this money, I'm doing this to get this coin, but it's starting to not be fulfilled. Like, I thought this was going to be different kind of energy, is what I'm feeling with this. That's because you starting to get burned out. You're not watering yourself. You're doing all these works, making all these potions for other people, making all these body butters, making harvesting shrooms, harvesting, your medicinal properties, and making jewelry, fucking putting together your curriculum, writing your book. Like, you just doing everything all at once because you feel as if you have some perceived freaking finish line, deadline, timeline, window of opportunity to be seen. No, like, slow the fuck down. The energy that's coming with you is like, take your time, go at your pace. Like, you I'm hearing soft girl era. Like, you are ever going to be able to embrace the soft girl era if you don't embrace going at your own pace. That's soft girl. That's soft girl. Doing shit at your own pace. Doing things at your own pace. Watering yourself, nurturing yourself, loving on yourself, creating a freaking ritual, a routine with every freaking thing that you do. Your morning tea, your morning coffee, your morning smoothie, your morning water, your energy shot, whatever it is that you prepare for yourself at the top of the day. Once you open your eyes, wash your ass and do all that stuff, convene with spirit, the things that you start to do for yourself, make it a ritual. Put intention towards it. Be intentional with the things that you utilize for it as well. And with that, some things must be done on your own. Don't the magic stop leaning so hard on it. Realize your true magic. The magic that is there with no tools. You still got some work to do to understand your power. You still got some work to do to understand your power. That's why your abundance isn't coming in droves with longevity. I'm hearing Ray Shrimmer, Mississippi Slide. MISSISSIPPI. Bring off in the ride. Mississippi Slide, we gonna spend 100 times. Only thing, hey, that's my song, but okay. Back to it, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. But yes, what I was saying before my mic died was, you have a spirit team member, a guardian angel, somebody that was with you when you were in isolation, like being on punishment, being disciplined, or just being isolated from the group for some reason or another. The image that I was seeing was a person that was in their room and the entity coming to them, but they were of benevolent light energy, coming to console and kind of distract whoever was in trouble, whoever this person is that was in trouble, and possibly got corporal punishment because they were crying, or I didn't see the before stance. I just saw when the entity showed up, the spirit guide, the guardian angel, whatever, whatnot. And that the last thing I heard, the last channel message that I heard was, I always knew that you would forget about me. So it's like imaginary friend kind of energy, but it's more or less like, no, truly, like, this is your guardian angel, spirit guide. This person, this entity, came to you when you were in isolation to help you pass the time and help, um, have help you have adventure where you thought that you were missing out on, not being able to do what it was that you wanted to do. And I was also stating that whoever this person is or whoever this resonates with, you're only remembering the fact that you got in trouble and you were isolated and put on punishment, and all of those things. You're only remembering the bad about it. You're not remembering the good about it, the things that you took away from it, the things that you learned about yourself from it, the adventures that you were able to go on with your spirit guides while you were being isolated. You also are not realizing and recognizing and appreciative of the fact that although you got in trouble and you were in punished and you were on punishment, you were able to not have to constantly regulate your nervous system around this tumultuous, dysfunctional environment that you were in, if that you were in that kind of environment. Either way, like, when you remember things, you're only remembering the bad, unless it was a situation where there was no perceived bad thing that happened. Like, the things that you remember that were joyful are like super, they were like, they brought you super joy. And the things that that you're remembering things on a black and white level. You remember it when you were extremely happy, and you remember when you were extremely sad. But the things in between and the things that surround that, you're not remembering. So give yourself the compassion that you feel like you never had, because you did have it. Each person did. Each person was given compassion that they are unaware of now, which is why I feel like that shadow work is important. I'm always gonna harp on shadow work. It ain't nothing harmful about it. It'll bring up the things that you're rejecting and trying to push down. It allows you to be able to purge and truly remove and get rid of the things that do not serve you. Transmute the things that do not serve you. Transmute the views, perceptions, and lenses through which you saw everything as melancholy or mundane or bad. Like, it gives you that opportunity to either release it with love or transmute it into something even more beautiful. But when you live your life in extremes, one side or the other, like, that's where the imbalance comes in. That's when you go forth and do things that you make decisions that you wouldn't normally make. See the good and even the worst of things that happen to you. There's a reason. Our human mind doesn't want to cope with and accept that, but there was a lesson in that. There was something valuable you were supposed to learn from that. And if you dwell in the energy of blaming, shame, guilt, all that low vibrational shit, you don't see the higher message and that thing happening to you. You victimize yourself every time you go back to said memory. Every time you go back to said scenario, you victimize yourself instead of utilizing what happened and, you know, seeing yourself as a survivor, as a person that can adapt, as a resilient being. Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. When life gives you lemons, make enchanted lemonade. Yeah, like, you just caught up on the fact that life gave you lemons and you wanted strawberry. So what, bitch? Still make some tea. Still make some juice. Still make a beverage. Still make a beverage to nourish yourself. God damn it! Why I got to be your way? Like, is really what I'm feeling like. Like, if it ain't your way, you're not acknowledging it as something useful, which is so fucked up. Get Come away from that. Like, it may feel like I'm fussing at you, but goddamn it, I probably am, because I care about you. I want you to come out of that freaking mindset. It is so one sided. It is so restrictive. It's all right, spirit. At the very back of the deck, broom 13, which is the death card. Put that shit to an end. Dead that shit. Dead that shit. Dead that mind frame of only. Okay, spirit. Tidy up your life so you can make some space for something better. Yeah, I'm hearing two freaking songs, but basically it's like you can't keep chasing something down that you haven't made room for. You're not supposed to chase anyway, you're supposed to attract. But even in attraction, you can't keep trying to attract something towards you that you haven't made space for. And you haven't made space for it because you haven't nourished yourself, you haven't done that shadow work to transmute it into the better thing, to transmute it into your life, because there's no space for it in your vessel because you're still holding on to the the narrative and the stories of your victimhood. That's the bottom line. Get triggered, get mad, I don't give a fuck. The things that you want to come towards you are not gonna come towards you as long as you still are holding space for the things that you claim you don't want. Stop focusing on what the fuck you don't want. Transmute that shit, let that shit go, so that you can attract and actually catch the shit that you chasing down, or trying to attract through magic, through these potions, through the things that you do, through you being active. You get what I'm saying? I don't think you do, because you still on this soft girl era shit to where it's like, I don't have to work, I don't have to do anything, I could just be lazy. Fuck no. The hardest work is going inside, going beneath the surface. The hardest things can bring you joy if you perceive it that way. Thank you, Spirit. You're leaning on something being hard when every fucking thing is hard. You just have to choose your heart. Got me stuttering. Like, yeah, somebody struggle with like blood pressure issues type shit, like getting anxiety, getting wound up. Um, I also feel like there's somebody else who is just passionate about things, and people project onto them like high blood pressure and are stating that they're arguing, causing conflict, things like that. Like, because it's bringing me to a personal, something with me where everyone seems to take issue with the tone of my voice, and I'm just past that. I'm over that. I'm not gonna keep changing the tone of my voice to be palatable for you motherfuckers. What am I saying? Listen to the words that I'm saying. Fuck my tone. Like, because if I'm giving you that energy to speak to you and say something to you and tell you about yourself, or tell you anything to communicate with you, if I'm giving you the time of day to communicate with you, I'm doing this shit with love. Because if I don't give a fuck and I don't love you, I ain't got shit to say. Do what the fuck you do. You dig your own motherfucking grave. Like, so fuck my tone. Like, I'm tired of motherfuckers policing how I speak. And that could be a thing for you, but for you as well, tribe. But to me, it don't feel like in the way you speak. It's not always the way you speak, but the way you view things. So fucking what? Even that still, like, stop letting other people tell you how to be. That's why that shadow work is needed as well. Because once you face you, can't nobody tell you about you. And if you face you on a regular and reflect on what things that have been said, things that you have done, things that if you reflect on yourself and your actions, on a regular, and you hold yourself accountable, and then transmute those things that about you that are ugly, change those things about you that you want to change those things about you that you feel are not beneficial to you building relationship, community, and partnership with people, then that's what you do. Don't just take every critique as fact for you. That's why the shadow work is necessary. Yeah. That's why you can't fucking be crying about receiving lemons instead of strawberries. You still got something. You still have something. You still were given something to make something out of. And if it wasn't something that you can do anything with, discard that shit. Give it back to Mama Gaia. Let her transmute it. Moving on. Let's get something for Roots Spirit. What does the tribe need to know in regards to Roots? I try not to make this long, and it's still gonna be an hour. Spirit, like that's just how shit go with us. Knight of Wands. Shine your inner candle light bright enough for others to follow. Yeah. And how you gonna do that if you ain't whole within yourself, if you ain't secure within yourself, if you haven't already lit your own fire? How can you be a lighthouse, a beacon for anybody if your lights ain't on, or if your lights is dim, or if your lights is flickering because you fucking reacted to every gust of wind, every bird that fly by, because you keep getting distracted by everything instead of being on your internal mission, your self-mastery mission. It's all in the way that you look at and view things. You shouldn't be ultra engaged in one thing to where nothing else is noticed. And I don't understand in reflecting in the reflection that I'm doing right now, how it is you can be doing jewelry, making potions, making curriculums, doing all the things externally. But when it comes to your healing, and when it comes to you being a beacon, and when it comes to you being rooted, when it comes to your self mastery, you feel like you have to do one thing at a time. You have to get over one hurdle at a time. You have to try to tackle one thing at a time. How is that? Make that make sense. Make that make sense to me, because it don't make sense to me. The Knight of Wands is telling you it's time to do the inner work. Shine your inner candlelight bright enough for others to see. That's going to take you doing what you need to do for you. You can't be a beacon for others until you're the beacon for yourself. You haven't even found your own way through the dark. you Judgment. Yeah. What the fuck? Judgment. Spirit. Judgment. All the signs say that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. All the signs say that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You don't need no fucking savior. And if you feel like you do, you shit out of luck, because nobody's coming to save you. This is a you thing. This is a self-mastery thing. This is I need to look within to figure out why I'm here. Because this is exactly where I'm supposed to be, whether I like it or not. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be. So let's figure out why we still stuck here. Let's figure out why things aren't moving to the next phase. Thank you, Spirit. Let's see why. Let's do some journaling. Let's do some shadow work. Let's do some prayer. Let's do some research. Like, because you're in the finalization phase, no matter how you look at it. So do you want to keep getting more of what you're getting, or do you want to flip the script and get all the things that you envision and embody that and let that be the thing? Because you're in your finalization phase. It's time for you to make a decision which way you gonna go. It ain't no time for being indecisive. It's time for you to map out your plan. It's time for you to make your blueprint. It's time for you to put together your business plan. Because the window of opportunity that you were so stressed about has nothing to do with your internal doings, but it has everything to do with your internal doings. And that's okay, spirit. Four swords. Why aren't you resting? Yeah. Why aren't you resting? I feel like, ooh, mmm, trigger warning. I feel like this is the finalization phase for a lot of people because it is solidifying how things move going forward. I feel like this is a catalyst stage. I'm hearing life or death, live or die. So, ooh, trigger warning. Trigger warning. Are you going to nourish yourself, or are you going to nourish Mother Gaia? Are you going to nourish yourself, or are you going to nourish Mother Gaia? It's it's giving me a card from the another deck in my mind's eye. It feels like there's a major decision to be made, and for some, this is a literal like your health is that bad that you got to make some changes, or it's you about to be called home type shit. For others, it is a metaphysical um it is a metaphysical death and rebirth kind of energy. Like, are you going to continue to feed the machine, or are you going to turn over this new leaf and help nourish Mother Gaia and everything in the underworld? Because it's bringing me to like the life that's still underground. You know what I'm saying? We go underground in death, but there's still life and there's still living organisms, and the fact that the mushrooms are there, like, it's bringing. Yeah, give me just a second, try. I think it's right here. Did I go right to it? Basically, there we go. Mycelium, independence and support for life. Spirit said, show y'all the card. It's from the Oracle of Awakening. Okay, as I'm y'all don't even understand the attitude I got right now internally. How I'm like, this gonna add a whole nother deck I gotta put. I'm thinking of the aftermath, basically, like, and the time. I don't know why the fuck I feel like I'm in such a rush today, but this is the card, and they're speaking about the interweavings of the underworld, light and dark, dark and light, Neither one is bad, it just is. Independence and support for life. So it says mycelium is the underground network that connects all of nature and is created by the incredible creatures that we know as mushrooms. Mycelium serves the whole, it breaks down waste of all types and uses it to create nourishing soil which feeds all life. It also acts as a medium of nutrient exchange between the root systems of plants and trees. It is very much like the neural network in our brains. This card represents the unseen connection between all things. We are all created from the same source energy and are impacted by what is happening to the whole on subtle levels. You your your being has access to everything that is happening across all space, time, and dimensions. But your brain filters out everything that is not relevant to who you believe you are. This card asks you to realize that you are supported by all of nature and that it is okay to tap into your network to ask for what you need right now. Your very presence is a valuable and necessary part of the whole. It also serves as a reminder of your oneness with all of life. We share a collective consciousness and feel each other in the we can feel each other in the whole of humanity when we tap into this connection. Are you feeding or are you depleting your brothers and sisters? Oh my goodness, with your thoughts, actions, feelings, and energy. Align with your spirit work. Aligning with your spirit work is important beyond measure. Self love and love for humanity heal the collective in subtle ways. The affirmation: as I deepen my love and acceptance of myself, I expand my capacity to share that love and acceptance with the world around me. They want me to read it again, not the whole thing, just the affirmation. As I deepen my love and acceptance of myself, I expand my capacity to share that love and acceptance with the world around me. You got to understand the balance. You got to know that when I was reading that, it brought me to the watering can with the ask for help and with the rooted being there as well too. It's like you're just so stubborn that you don't ask for help. You feel like you could do everything on your own. You don't celebrate yourself. It's like what has you being so hard on yourself? You know, like, and they brought me to the mint card at the bottom of the green Greenwich Oracle. It brought me to that. Like, I don't think this is a protection room. I think this is an abundance room. But it's like, what has you so shooketh that you feel like you don't have any protection? That you feel like, your abundance, your prosperity, your harvest merely have to come from the tangible things. You get what I'm saying? And then what makes you continue to be in an energy that is not supportive or helpful to the collective conscious, or the interweavings of everything that is connected. Like, we're all connected. Having it all looks different to everyone, it brought me to that. So it's like, what you would think about the life that's going on in the underworld, you wouldn't consider that as successful as being um helpful to humanity, to the whole of the universe. But it actually is, because success looks different to everyone. And I feel like you're measuring your success on other people's Rubik scale. And it's like you won't rest. You won't rest, which is going to force you into an eternal rest for this vessel. It's giving menstruation energy as well. Let's get something on potion spirit. Why is potion here? And current magician. You have everything you need to do anything you want. With the Ace of Pentacles. Wow, what an abundant opportunity. What the fuck? It's like you keep saying you want it all, but you got it all. I was hearing Megan Thee Stallion. Bitch, I want it all. But it's all on material levels. It's all on material levels. Currently, you have every freaking thing that you ever wanted and dreamed of. You just stuck on the fact that the money ain't there. You doing everything you want to do. You are already a magician. You already are who you say you are. Some of y'all are. You are already where you want to be. The money just ain't looking like you thought it would. The money just ain't looking like you want it to look. Like, so I feel there's some greed in a lot of that too, and it is bringing me back to that roots card and this. What does it say right here? Aligning with your spirit work is important beyond measure. Self-love and love for humanity healed the collective in subtle ways. And it brought me back to are you feeding or depleting your brothers and sisters? Because we are all connected. So what are your thoughts, actions, feelings, and energy doing for the collective? Is it adding to it, or is it taking from it? You get what I'm saying? Like, your negative view, like, what is that doing for the collective? And shit, what is it doing for you? Because even if you want to be selfish and not care about what it's doing to the collective, what the fuck is it doing for you? It feels like, thank you, Spirit. It feels like taking you to an early grave. I'm hearing Tupac, um, something to an early grave. Uh, I can't even remember the song. I can't remember the song. It's merging Tupac songs together. Tupac energy just coming through heavy right now. Like, death around the corner. Yeah. My every move is a calculated step to bring me close to a prison or in death. To imprisonment or death or early death. Look, I can't catch it, Spirit, but Tupac energy coming through heavy. Like, even the genius asks questions. Like, Tupac energy coming through heavy. I'm also feeling the energy of you empowering yourself through your spell work. You doing you expel. You are expelling a hell of a lot of energy to make potions and do things for others, but you don't do that for yourself, mainly because you chasing the bag, you chasing the money, but haven't made room for it within your vessel. Like, it's like wanting a lump sum of money and not having a bank account or a safe to put it in. Is what I'm feeling. And not having the proper uh partnerships, resources to be able to turn that shit over into a trust instantly, so that you don't splurge and give to others because they know you got it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not even prepared for the thing that you're so desperately wanting, which is the money, but yet that's your main focus. Like, I gotta get the money, I gotta get the money. Gotta be in a rush, I can't be running out of time. Like, you own that type of time, man, but don't even have all your affairs in order. Thank you, Spirit. You don't even have all your affairs in order. Like, you can't even hold your own. Like, thank you, Spirit. Anonymous Rico is what the music that was playing before, and it was the album from 2022. God bless the child that can hold his own. That was the music that was playing for majority of this reading. Um, so it's like you can't even hold what it is that you chasing or trying to attract. You can't hold. You can't hold it. And it's bringing me to the Phoenix movie, the Marvel Phoenix movie, where it's like you are thirsty for a power that lives outside of you, but are not realizing the fact that you can't hold the power that you're seeking in your vessel because for you haven't made room for it. Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck, witches should hold other witches accountable. It's like you are only seeing the praise that will come out of you being in the top position, in the top tier, in the high level, being seen as high level, a high level person, a boss. You only seeing the praise that comes from that, and not realizing the judgment. I keep telling y'all, this message keeps coming up. It's been coming up for a good 90 days now. You are so thirsty to be in that Six of Wands energy, not realizing that the Seven of Wands energy has those same people that was cheering for you, turning on you, and now criticizing and coming for your spot. You ain't ready for that. You ain't ready for, more money, more problems. Hearing Biggie hit, you ain't ready for that. Just like, to be honest, Tupac and Biggie was not ready for that spotlight that was shined on them, for that energy that them two was putting out was gonna bring back on them. Just, yeah, Page of Pentacles at the very back of the deck. You being mad at life giving you lemons instead of strawberries when you ain't even prepared to make your potion. You ain't prepared to make your potion. I mean, what the fuck? What do you want? Spirit say, what you really want? Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Spirit is like, this is a friendship that never ends. I always knew that you would forget about me, but If you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. Make it last forever, because friendship never ends. Like the friendship, this your spirit teams and all that shit. Like all the things that come with you, with your soul, with your spirit. It's never ending. It just changes vessels. It just everybody rotates. They turn. Some new people are connected, and it's just if you get it, you get it. Which is hat. Embrace your identity. Wear your power with pride and confidence. First, learn your power, because I feel like you don't learn it. You don't know what having it all looks like for you. So you adopted what they said it would look like to have it all. Adorn your own crown is what I heard. Adorn your own crown. Adorn your own crown. At the bottom of the deck, cleansing potion. Very much so needed. You very much so need the rest. Release what holds you back and cleanse your energy. At the very back of the deck, offering bowl. Honor the spirits. Give thanks and share your abundance. Yeah. I was suspicious of that before when we were back in back here in this portion of the reading. So whereas you was stressed about the harvest and the again that energy that just came back up, I always knew that you would forget about me. Like you you're transactional with every relationship that you have. You're transactional. If you're not getting something in return, that person is not valuable to you. But even those that you feel like are valuable to you, you don't give them offerings as a show of appreciation. You don't just give without expecting something in return. Yeah, so that's why that energy was in reverse as well. The Three of Cups. You don't trust these new people, this soul tribe member that has recently come in your life to be a person that truly just wants to help you with no strings attached and nothing in return, because you're transactional. You're that way. That's why you have to do some fucking shadow work so that you realize why it is you are a transactional being versus being able to give and receive freely without expectations, without there being equal reciprocity, because equal reciprocity is not the definition of the law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity only only requires an exchange of energy. That don't mean you gotta get what you gave in return. That don't mean that what you get in return is even going to be beneficial to you. It's just an exchange of energy. The law of reciprocity is the one that will punish the takers, those that never give back, those that are transactional. Do your own research. This heavy, this especially this portion right, whoever just tapped in, do your own research. Stop listening to these phrases and stop listening to other people's perception and taking it as fact for you. When you read something, you interpret it differently. When you read something, you process it different. You comprehend it different than others. Your lens is not the same as the next person's. But we already know you struggle with that because you don't understand that having it all looks different for every freaking body else. For everybody. It looks different for everyone. I'm sorry for yelling. Half baked is on my mind. Somebody like half baked. Somebody that is done pop through like half baked. I love half baked. That's my fucking movie. Anyway, memory brew. Enhance your recall. Let wisdom guide you forward. Yeah. Lean on that inner knowing. Lean on that wisdom within you. Lean on, yeah. Charm bag. Carry your magic with you. Let your intentions travel by your side. Yeah. It's like creating a mojo bag for yourself. Do your workings separate from the workings that you do for profit. Candles. Invoke your desire. Let your intention burn brightly. Our spirit said, expand on that, expound on that. You, this kill two birds with one stone mentality is haltering your abundance as well. It's haltering your harvest as well. Because, excuse me, although yes, the power is yours, the workings are yours. When you're doing magic for profit, it's different. There's different intentions that should be set versus doing offerings and doing work for oneself, because it has to do with being transactional. When you're doing your workings for others, you expect payment, you expect something in return. So that mind frame and that setting of intentions while doing the work cannot intermingle with that you do for yourself, because you're not supposed to be transactional with spirit. You're not supposed to be transactional with the deities that you follow. You're not supposed to be transactional with the spirit world. You're not supposed to be transactional in a sense of, I'm gonna give you an offering, Oshun, but I expect such and such a return, because you're gonna keep looking for what you're expecting. That means that your attention is going to stay focused on it. And the work that you do for yourself is not going to reap that instant benefit of putting a mojo bag or a potion or a cleansing bath on your website and receiving payment from it automatically. And even in that, spirit said that you can get that payment instantly, but you still don't know and haven't accounted for whether or not a motherfucker gonna return it or say they didn't get it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not thinking far ahead. Whoever this is, from the beginning to the end, you just checking shit off your to-do list, but not leaning on that three of wands energy and having foresight. Yeah, that's why it's in reverse. Yeah, that's why it's in reverse. You don't plan ahead. At the very back of the deck, we got harmony drop. Balance your energies. Find peace within and without. Find peace. Do your workings and release them with harmony and peace without expectation. Especially the ones that you do for yourself. And even the ones that people have to pay for. Because I'm hearing is scamming is rampant. The fake song of the fucking summer is, where am I scamming this nigga? You know what I mean? Come, look here. I ain't gonna get into a tangent on it, but spirit is like, yeah, motherfuckers is wildin'. Mm. Truth elixir. Embrace honesty, seek clarity in all you do. Yeah. Seek clarity, not payment. Friendship brew. Foster connections. Strengthen bonds with others. At the very back of the deck, bail. Clear the air. Let the sound purify your space and mind. Period. Let it. Let it do what it do. Let it do what it do. Build these foundations and build these networks. You believing that everybody is transactional, how will you ever build a team? How are you ever going to be truly successful in your own right? Spirit wants to amplify in your own right. So there's capital letters in your own right. Talk about big capital letters, big bold letters. Seek the truth within. Give yourself a truth elixir. Make yourself a truth elixir, so that none of the shadows can hide themselves away, can cloak themselves away. Make sure all that shit comes up, so you can purge it, transmute it. However you do things, release it. I'm saying transmute, purge, and release because I do have different levels here. Some of us are alchemists, so we transmute that shit. We hold, and some of y'all that transmute, y'all holding on to shit too long before you transmute it into something beautiful. Procrastinating, letting that energy fester within you, which is causing a lot of turmoil inside of you right now. So don't be so cocky to think that just because you know how to transmute that it's turning over as fast as you think it is. But yeah, it's time to understand that the law of oneness, the law of oneness is what people really need to be leaning on right now. The law of oneness. How is what the fuck you're doing affecting everything and everyone? Have some responsibility in your workings. Have some integrity and ethical provisions in your workings. Spirit want one more round. Oh. Intuition tonic. Trust your instincts. Let your inner voice guide you. All this inner. If you don't go within. At the bottom of the deck, ambition elixir. Fuel your desires. Pursue your goals with determination. At the very back of the deck, anointing oil. Bless yourself and your tools. Let your intentions seep into all you do. They gonna do it anyway. Your intentions is gonna seep into all you do anyway. Set the intentions though. Set the intentions for it though. Stop being transactional. Bottom line. Stop being transactional. All right, tribe. Until next time, know that I love y'all. Peace.